Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Hope everybody is fine. This video today is very important. It's about your information, my information, and everybody else's. I've been trying to warn people since 2012 through press releases, my YouTube channel. Then I got involved with TikTok, doing it here on TikTok now. This video will eventually get to my YouTube channel because I love the way TikTok sets this up. Unlike YouTube, you can't transfer the video to another platform to some degree, unless you can physically take it. With this, you can just transfer it over, which is nice. When security becomes a lie, QA expert DARYL GUBERMAN warned us. Now Microsoft, Google, and Facebook are compromised by the very system that certified their cybersecurity. Ladies and gentlemen, business owners, my fellow business associates, friends, and family, cybersecurity professionals, lawmakers, and members of the press and concerned citizens. My name is DARYL GUBERMAN, and today I speak not only as a citizen but a witness to massive systematic failure in the world of digital security. One that was foreseen years ago by myself, Mr. DARYL GUBERMAN, and one that now threatens the privacy, safety, and sovereignty of millions across the globe. A massive data breach has just exposed 184 million usernames, passwords, and credentials for some of the biggest companies in the world: Microsoft, Google, Facebook, Apple, Instagram, and Snapchat. And unlike past breaches where firewalls were breached, a zero-day exploits were found. This one was preventable. This database was left unprotected, unencrypted, and wide open to criminals like a vault left unlocked in the heart of a busy city. You may ask, how does something this catastrophic happen in an age of supposedly certified cybersecurity? The answer lies deep within the corrupt frameworks of global accreditation, a system that has sold the illusion of security while quietly handing the keys to our digital infrastructure over to foreign actors and hostile regimes. The accreditation lie. Let me explain this. Microsoft and Google are both members of the American National Standards Institute, which jointly controls with the American National Accrediting Board the certification, cybersecurity systems, and management under ISO, IEC 27001, and other standards. These certifications are often stamped with pride on corporate websites. They're supposed to mean something. Ladies and gentlemen, they don't, especially being issued from ANSI ANAP. Because from 2015 to 21, the International Accreditation Forum, which ANSI and ANAP helped create and underwrite, along with its sister organization in Australia, the International Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation, which is their organizations, they're companies that have national and international accreditation bodies on board, which are equivalent to ANSI ANAP. You got that so far? And ANSI ANAP are their underwriters. The IAF, between 2015 and 21, was chaired by Zhao Jinwu, a communist Chinese national with close ties to the Chinese Communist Party. IAF is not some far-off regulatory body. It is the international authority that oversees and accredits the certifiers of security standards used by Microsoft, Google, and likely even Facebook. IAF's twin sister, the International Accreditation Cooperation in Australia, functions in a similar capacity for lab and forensic standards. These organizations, funded, supported by U.S. institutions, were infiltrated, controlled, and effectively weaponized. And who warned us? I warned you. I warned you. A specialist, an independent registrar, began exposing the web of collusion, deception, and regulatory capture in 2012. He warned, DARYL GUBERMAN warned, that these so-called certifications were nothing more than a rubber stamp, that companies were being misled, that their systems were not secure, and that foreign governments could easily access private U.S. data. For this, he was attacked, maligned, and dismissed. And let me tell you something, Zhao Jinwu is mandated by his country of origin, Communist China, through the China National Intelligence Law, Article Number 7, to take our data. Oh, it was nice pickings between 2015 and 21. But today, with 184 million user credentials exposed in a single breach, we see that I was correct. The real danger, let's be crystal clear, this wasn't just a breach of convenience. This was a breach of health systems, banking platforms, government portals, and corporate business account. It affects critical infrastructure, military contractors, and federal agencies. And yet all of these systems pass cybersecurity audits from ISO-accredited bodies backed by ANSI, ANAP, or their international equivalents who sat on IAF and ILAC, and ultimately underwritten by ANSI, ANAP. During the very years China held the reins, let me ask you, what kind of system certifies cybersecurity yet lets 184 million credentials leak in plain text? A system that's compromised, a system that's corrupt, a system that is dangerous. Accountability now. This isn't just about technical failure, ladies and gentlemen. It's about accountability. ANSI and ANAP must be investigated for their role in underwriting this global scam. IAF and ILAC, as international gatekeepers, must be held accountable for foreign entanglements and systematic negligence. Big tech corporations must stop hiding behind certifications that are bought, not earned, like Boeing. They didn't get AS9100. They started to work in it almost 22 years later after they mandated it to their suppliers. You have to be AS9100 and ANSI ANAP accredited. Why? Because Boeing sat on the web page on ANSI ANAP that said management committee that they can grant, suspend, and withdraw certification. That's number one. In July 2002, it said on a supplier notification that the AS9100 certificate must be ANSI ANAP accredited, and on their supplier portal, it states that third-party registrars must be ANSI ANAP or internationally equivalent. Could be China, Iran, all the rest of this. And most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, you must recognize me. I have been warning, and I want to restore the integrity of American-run, U.S.-based quality oversight. Without foreign interference, without fake standards, without corrupted global cartels. I urge every journalist, policymaker, and citizen who values true sovereignty and security to ask the hard questions. Who certified the system that failed us? Who benefits from their failure? And who's really watching the watchdogs? Thank you. Let this be a turning point. Let this be the moment when integrity and certification returns. And let this be the day that we say, never again will we trust our security to those who sell it to the highest bidder. And here we go. This is a good one. Sitting on ANSI, ANAP are federal agencies, but this is the real kicker. The DOJ, the DHS, Department of Justice, Department of Homeland Security, Department of Commerce, and the FDA all sit not just as members, they're also paying customers. Can we have reliability? Absolutely not. When Boeing sits on ANSI ANAP as not just a member, but also a customer, they are equivalent to those federal agencies. So how can we do it? I was down watching Ted Cruz and Maria Cantwell. Ted Cruz gets 20 grand donation for his political run from Boeing. Maria Cantwell gets like 100 grand. It is illegal for those two to ask Kelly Oberg, which they were, questions, the hard questions that he was probably handed a month ago, because it's all a show. It's all a charade. I was there. I know it well. I was there 3 times in Washington, D.C. And let me tell you something. High-profile people, without a doubt, get the script. Get the script a month in advance. I can almost guarantee it. Has anybody come forward and said nothing, said, no, that's not true, Daryl? Nobody yet. I'm still waiting for Maria Cantwell's personnel to get in touch with me because I gave them the book that I gave to Ted Cruz. A week before the meeting, he had all his ammunition right in that book, but he didn't because he's a toothless tiger. Terrible. Ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to make a comment. 203-556-1493. I thank you, and I warned you. Just wait till the next plane goes down. I'm warning you on that too. Unbelievable.